Hey, good morning back in the US and good evening here in Kenya. And I am live. Welcome to Swahili Sunday. It started a little bit late because I didn't get, when you put in, if you don't start live right away, you have to schedule it or whatever, and you have to have at least 10 minutes. So it started a little late, but hey, I'm here. Wow. So it's been a week. Last week I was still in Nairobi and coming here on Monday to Kitale, and we've had a full week of activity and it's not over yet. So thankfully we have tomorrow, which is our tea party, our market day, our celebration. And before I return to Nairobi on Tuesday. And we have had quite an adventure. You probably saw on Facebook that I got the flu. I started getting it. I started feeling not right on Sunday, and I still have a little bit of a cough. By the time I got here Monday, I was starting to feel bad. And by Tuesday, I was aching. Wednesday, I was aching. And I started to feel better Wednesday, I guess, afternoon. But excuse me, I need some water. It's very dry. Uh, so it was definitely, definitely the flu bug was going around. I had body aches. I was coughing. I was congested. I felt tired, and I was taking a lot of over-the-counter medication called Flugon, and I asked everybody to pray, and it only lasted about 2 days, and bam, it was gone, and right in the nick of time for our conference in Mount Elgon. Since I've been here, I've met with all the kids that we sponsor. You probably saw pictures of those. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired. Pictures of those. Alois and Sumu were the first two, and Bintia works with them, and they were on their way to school. And we went and did their shopping and took some pictures with them. I saw Sumu off at the shuttle. Alois left the next day, and the next day I saw all the other kids. So there's 6 other kids, and if you look on the Facebook page, you'll see their ages and the grades that they're in. There's a couple that are boarding and the rest are day school. We purchased a couple of them had some one of them needed a new uniform because she had a hole in her sweater, and we got the shopping for all of them. Shopping includes basic supplies. For those that board, they get more things, but for most of them, it's soap, washing powder, toothbrush, toothpaste, tissue, toilet tissue, whatever, Vaseline, some other various needs and things, and any school book supplies that they need, pencils, pens, notebooks, any of those kind of things. If they show up without any of that at school, they get turned away. So I wanted to make sure that they had everything they need. And again, a shout out to, I did it in the post, Rotary Club of Temecula, for the big sponsorship donation that they gave to fund their school fees and their uniforms. And then we have also picked up another sponsor who's providing some monthly support to sponsor Alois and Saumu. So if you're a member of a Rotary and I'd love to come and speak to your group, maybe you could consider being a sponsor as well. I would love that. And so they got off to school. Everybody is off in school. School started. They have year-round school here, and they break up into different terms. And they'll have a 2-week break, or sometimes they'll have a longer break, but they go to school year-round. So it's not like our school in the U.S. It's where we go and we have the summer break and then the spring break and the Christmas break. They go year round, all year round. They go to school, and they'll have longer breaks in between. Then we had the ladies came, the sewing team started, and they have progressed with making some beautiful dog bandanas. I will pull out some of these. I think I was showing this fabric before, and these are the size small to extra large. So this is a beautiful green color dog bandana, and this one is my favorite. Indigo's getting one of these when I get back. I also have a dress out of this. This is really beautiful fabric. Most of the fabric we got this time is made in Nigeria. I'll pull these other two out of this. So we have several pieces of fabric. So depending on what color your doggy is, actually this one here will look good on indigo too because of her coloring. But this is a very pretty colors. And then here is another one. This would be good for a black dog or a white dog or any color dog, really. They come small to extra large, just like before. So I'll be bringing these back. If you see one you like, you can PM me for details and I'll pull one aside for you. But they've been working hard on that. They're doing that. They're doing, hey, Brother Kevin. Hey, Elizabeth. They're also doing, well, what are the aprons? Aprons, sorry. I can't believe how wiped I am. My brain's not functioning right now. But anyway, several, I have another bag and then I have some patriotics that's coming back. There's like 3 or 4 more pieces of fabric that they're doing. They're doing the aprons and then they're probably not going to get to the pillows, but we have more pillows coming in some of these that I just showed you as well as others. And so the tailoring group, most of the ladies came, but a lot of them were feeling bad as well. So they went and we just had a little bit of time talking and having lunch. And then they went back to Kipsongo and we were getting ready for Thursday. So Thursday was our big conference in Mount Elgon. You probably saw the photos. If you didn't, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. So the ladies made us, now have uniforms. So we have our baskets and beads t-shirts, which is what we had before, but the ladies also made these beautiful 3-tier skirts and we were all matching. And then they have headbands and they're lined. They're just really beautiful. The fabric is really soft and we look really good together. I just love it. I feel like I'm, me with the military in uniform. So they made those and it was a long trip up there. I think Layla said it took like 4 hours. I don't even know how long it took, but the road was paved most of the way. And then we're going up there and we had gotten supplies to give gifts of blankets and excuse me again. Blankets, and I think we got unga and cooking oil. Unga is a flower. Cooking oil, tea leaves. Is that what we got? I think that's what we got. Oh, and then we had some bags of sugar and maize, I think, right? Yes. And so we got enough to give to 100 women, right? And you know how events are in the US, and I guess they are that way here. You plan for 100 people and not another half show up or whatever percentage of people show up. So Layla didn't tell me, but she was all worried that hardly anybody was going to show up. So we're going up there, and it's almost close. It's close to Uganda, as a matter of fact, where we went, and right by Mount Elgon National Park. There's a national park there. Actually, it's a tourist hiking destination. And if we were closer and had more time, we would have gone to see there's a lot of caves there. There's waterfalls. I don't know if you can see, I got sunburned up there. We were supposed to meet in a building. Yes, we were supposed to meet in a building. There's a little church up there we were going to meet in. And when we got there were over 200 women there. 200 women. Yes, Elizabeth, there were so many. 200 women. I was blown away. I was crying. I was so grateful. I was so happy. There not only were there 200 women, but there were several pastors. These were from women from 6 different churches. Some of them walked a long way to get there, because when we had packed up and were leaving and we're going down the mountain, we were seeing them walking back to their homes. Mount Elgon is a very wonderful place to grow things. You can see they're growing things: cabbage, potatoes, maize. Growing is very easy up there. And they were harvesting the cabbage and the potatoes. You could see bags being filled up, trucks being loaded with the cabbage and potatoes. And we're working on an idea about that from this conference, which I'll share at a later time when we have it all sorted out. But I think it's going to be a pretty good situation that's going to help a lot of people. But we get up there and it's okay, let's, because the church was full. No, outside there were women everywhere. So we came out on the mountain. We were on a side of a mountain having church basically. And their ladies are singing and they're dancing and they're celebrating. And there's like a bunch of pastors from the area. And there was a pastor from Pocot, which is pretty far. There was a lot of pastors who were interested in what we were doing, which is great because traditionally in a lot of the tribes, women are seen as less than. So this is an opportunity for the pastors to understand a little bit about empowering women and the women themselves. And we gathered together and we were sharing and singing and laughing. And we had a couple of our ladies share, and then Layla shared, I shared, a couple of the pastors shared, a couple of their ladies shared, and then we broke the ladies up into groups with two of our ladies per group. So it was like groups of 20, and then we handed out, since we didn't have enough, we split it up. Okay, you get a blanket and some tea leaves, you get a unga and cooking oil, and then everybody gets uh, some of the maize and the sugar. And they were split up into groups, and the ladies, our ladies, were sharing about how they make the beads. They'd never seen paper beads before, how they make the beads and how they built their faith and how they come together as a group, and how they how they how they just have built community and built strength. And I shared a little bit about that as well, and about how women need to focus on joining together instead of backbiting each other, because that strife and stuff likes to come in and attempt to tear women apart. And that's the thing that we're in every it happens every once in a while, and then the rest of the group has to come together and be like, okay, you either need to change your attitude or you need to go. Because this attitude, that phrase, one bad apple spoils the whole bunch. If you get that bad apple and start spreading that stuff around, then everybody's backbiting each other. Doesn't work. So I shared a lot about that, and I called it how women do that. Oh, look at her. Look what she's got on. Oh, did you hear what she did? And then it goes spreading around. So I was talking about how to avoid that and not do that, and how coming together, which was great because it's about unity. And the message that church I went to, I go to Shekinah Glory Mega Church here as my home church when I'm here in Katali. Usually Bishop Ben Tanguli is here, but he's in the US right now, but I still attended church. And the message that the pastor brought was about unity, about unifying together and supporting each other and lifting each other up, which is the exact message that we've been talking to the ladies about, and we talked to those women up there. And after that, everybody got to have lunch. We went and had lunch with the pastors. We did some sharing, some praying, some talking about things, and it was a wonderful day. And we came back, and our driver, I guess I was not really paying attention, but our driver decides he's going to take a shortcut. The road's paved, he was told. No, it wasn't. The road was definitely not paved. By the time we got back, I could barely walk. My tailbone hurt so hard because it was a dirt road, and it was, yeah. Yeah, it was pretty rough. So I was so glad to come back and take a shower and go to sleep. And I slept for 8 hours. That's a miracle for me because I don't ever sleep 8 hours. I woke up and thought, oh, it's the middle of the night. I know it is. And I looked at the clock, and it was 6:10 or something. And I said, thank you, God. I slept 8 hours. I can't even believe it. Then I went back to sleep for a while because I was so tired. And then I got up, and then we went to Kipsango, and we had a medical clinic that didn't go quite as planned, but some of the people got uh, some medication and got seen, and some for them and some for their children. Went into Kipsango and prayed with most of the ladies in their homes, and then started to do some other stuff to prep for the coming days. So that was a good day. We also yesterday we took the ladies on a retreat. Now, these women don't ever get the opportunity to just get out and be. And you've probably heard me talk about the importance of that, the importance of having me time and time to connect with your sisters and time to fellowship and just have a good time. And so we went to a park that has animals and it has had a little pond with a boat ride and a big field and some other things to see and places that we walked around a lot and we saw all these animals. They have a couple lions there. Simba. By the way, if you didn't know the Swahili word, that's the Swahili word for today. Simba. Simba. Does anybody know what that means? Simba. Let me see. I'm sure somebody does. I didn't know it. I didn't know it right away, but I'm gonna put it in here. So there were two Simbas. Simba means lion. If you just learned that, here we go. Simba. That's a Swahili word for the day. Simba means lion. So there were a couple of Simbas there, and there were some ostriches. There was crocodile. There was another thing of crocodiles, but I think they were fake because they didn't look like they were breathing or moving. So, but then the next pen had one in the water. So there was some birds and some other animals, and then we all got on the boat ride. All but one of the ladies. We got on the little boat ride. They take you around this little pond, and then you come back. I posted some of those pictures as well, and everybody had a great time. Then after that, we went over to the field. They were playing soccer, and then we had catered lunch, and we went and sat and ate lunch. I didn't take too many pictures of that because it was just a day to be. Sometimes you get all caught up in taking pictures and pulling the phone out and doing all that, and you're not actually in the moment. So I was in the moment for pretty much the whole day, enjoying it, sitting around, eating and fellowshipping. And then we did some little group dances like the Cupid Shuffle and the electric slide and all that. And they I had forgotten that I did that with them. And they were like, "Oh, we want a speaker because we want to dance." And I thought, what do they want to dance? And then they're like, "Hildana, we want to dance." And I'm like, "Oh, that's right. I did do this with you." So we busted out the Cupid, the electric slide, the Cupid Shuffle, the electric slide, the Macarena, one other one. And we're out there in this little space doing that, and people are walking by looking, and we had a wonderful time. They were all smiling. Then after lunch, they were playing some other games, and then we made our way to the vehicles and headed back. And again, I didn't sleep 8 hours, but I kept waking up coughing, which I guess this cough is going to take a minute to leave. And then today I went to church and then spent some time with Layla and some other friends at the Katali Club, and came back. And now I'm here doing Swahili Sunday. I'm starting to pack my clothes and get those ready because we had to put all this on a shuttle. We're leaving on Tuesday. Over here, I have 2 empty bags. I'm not sure if 2 are big enough. I'm prepared to buy a third one if need be, which would be 4 bags, and I would have to pay for one because I get 3 bags at 70 pounds coming back, and the 4th bag is like $200. And people are like, "Well, why do you want to pay $200?" Because it costs about $600 to ship it. So I'd rather save $400 than to pay 200 than to have it shipped and that. So I'm starting to get all that ready. Tomorrow's the market day, so I will get the order. I placed an order several weeks before I came, and I'll get that. Plus, I will buy more because they know me. They'll put it out. As a matter of fact, the photographer Dennis, I guess he was telling his wife about how I'm like, "Oh, look at this! Oh, look at that! Oh my gosh! Ah!" Maybe I'll go live tomorrow while I'm shopping. So everybody can see how excited I get over that. But that's kind of about it. Tomorrow, like I says, we have a tea party. I like to go. My daughter and I like to go for tea, and actually, she's taking me. My birthday's June 18th, so she's taking me on the 17th, on Friday, for tea, and it's kind of our little thing. But I love going for tea, and this is the way to bring that here. So we have our little tea celebration, and of course, Kenya tea is the best, and they're the number 3 exporter of tea in the world, by the way. They grow a lot of tea here. But that's about, I think, the gist of everything. We're leaving here on Tuesday. All of this that's in here will be on the shuttle, other than my one bag of 20 pounds that I can take on the plane. They limit, we're flying, it's an hour. We're flying back to Nairobi, and they limit what you can carry on the plane as far as weight. So it'll be my laptop and my toiletries, I guess, and whatever other, my purse and such, that I'll take. But so then we're going back there, and we have to go down to Eastleigh, and then there's a place that's repairing one of my sandals. And by the way, I'm going to go meet. We found a woman who makes these. A lot of people talk about my sandals a lot. These are beautiful, hand beaded, and then it's got a nice soft fabric on the bottom. This is all handmade here in Kenya. So I may bring some of these back and see how they sell in the shop at Fairtrade Long Beach, and we'll give that a test. It's another woman that we're helping in business, and seeing if those will go, as well as I'm going down to Eastleigh. I saw there's a couple of, I actually got a couple of really nice shirts there, and I'm going to go back and grab a few more and bring them and put them in the shop in Long Beach and see how they sell, and take them with me to various events that I'm going to do. Doing a couple bead and design shows, but I'm not going to do too many outdoor events in the summer because it just gets way too hot. And last time I almost overheated. So 90 degrees, no thanks. If it's inside, maybe I'll consider it. But the only thing I'm signed up for right now is a bead and design show in Pasadena, and that's the first weekend in August. So if you're around there, put that on your calendar to stop on by. That's about all I have for right now. I am tired, but it's been so worth it. It's bittersweet because I have to actually make the trek back. I have to leave, and I hate to leave the ladies, and I hate to leave here. This is like my second home, but then I have to come back and get busy selling the product. So I'm going to have a lot of really nice things coming back. So I'd love for you to check them out when I get back, and I will be updating you. I'm going for some R&R because when I come back, I have to go straight back to my corporate job. So I get back Sunday, June 12th. I leave here June 11th, and I get back Sunday, June 12th. Monday, June 13th, I am going to be sitting at my desk at 06:30, maybe 7, and starting right back to work, unfortunately. But I didn't want to take any extra time off, so I am taking the time here, and we are going to Mombasa for some R&R, and I'll be posting some of those photos, just relaxing, tuning out, shutting down, and taking some time for me, which it's been a long time coming. So that is very important thing to do, taking some time for yourself. And it's something that we don't often do, especially in America. We're always like, go, 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 burn out, hit the wall. And I'm committed to not doing that to myself. All right, everybody, I hope you have a great morning, a great Sunday morning there in the US, and a great evening here in Kenya. Until next time, Nakupenda.